In Chris Broussard, Fox Sports 1 NBA analyst. You can also hear his outstanding radio show, The Odd Couple with crazy uncle Rob Parker, on Fox Sports Radio, weeknights 7 to 10 Eastern Time, 4 to 7 Pacific. We have all kinds of percentages. You have said going to Lakers, and then you said he had, great meeting yesterday or 2 days ago with Toronto?
He had a strong meeting with the Raptors. Drake, I don't know if it was all one meeting or if he met with Masai Ujiri and his staff and then later met with Drake. Obviously, it was connected, but Drake, made a big presentation. I think that may have even been a big part of why he did go back to Toronto, just to respect Drake, obviously respect the franchise. But right now, the last numbers I was given by somebody in the know after the meeting with the Raptors were 50-50, Raptors and the Lakers. I think, the Lakers started with an advantage of Kawhi wanting to play there. I tweeted a week or so ago that he had told the Lakers that they're his to lose. He wanted to go there, so they had an advantage. I think now it's about, I would say, 55, 60% Lakers, 40, 45% Raptors.
What does he want?
Well, that's the thing. And I've heard you obviously talk about he shouldn't go to the Lakers. I felt the same way when I was told right before the Anthony Davis trade, maybe a day or two before that, someone told me if the Lakers get Anthony Davis, Kawhi, there's a strong chance Kawhi is going there. And I was like, what? Like all year I thought he's going to the Clippers. Maybe he'll stay in Toronto if they win, but I know he doesn't want to be in that city. He wants to be in Southern California. I thought it was always the Clippers. But then beginning to talk to people around this situation, and you look at the things he wants, I think he will go to the Lakers and think he should, considering what he wants. Number one, he does want to be in Southern California. And I'm not saying in this order, but being in Southern California. So you got the Lakers and the Clippers. He also look at his health situation. Now, there are reports that he may take a short deal with the Raptors, and maybe that's true. But I've been told and this was after the meeting with the Raptors, that he's looking at a 4-year deal with the Lakers or 5 years with the Raptors because he looks at his injury history. In 8 years, he's only played more than 66 games twice. Last year, he had 22 games off for rest and still was banged up in the playoffs. So he's smart to go get the long-term money. And you know this, Doug, it's a big disadvantage for Toronto. But in 4 years, we talk about the $50 million he could make with the Raptors. Right. That's pretty much all in that 5th year, which if he stays healthy, that 5th year would just be the first year of a new max deal. You understand that. So take that away. Because of the taxes in Toronto and because he lives in California, that's his residence, he would make more money over the next 4 years by actually playing for the Lakers. $11 million more.
Wait, hold on. Again, I understand it's like basically a 50% tax rate. And I don't know what it is when you're a foreigner living there, but I'd assume because you're an employee. But don't you get paid the taxes based upon where the game is played?
He would only get taxed in Canada for the games
the
and
41
days
plus
he works.
Playoff.
Yeah,
right.
plus and work days, practice days, whatever. So it wouldn't be the full season,
right,
but it would be enough. And this is according to an article that was in Forbes magazine, that he would make $11 million more over the next 4 years if he plays for the Lakers or the Clippers. So look, he wants to win. That's all he's known. In San Antonio, he won. In Toronto, he won. But he wants to win long term. And as you said, he understands as well. Golden State was more than banged up, okay? Right. They were decimated by injuries. They barely got out of the East. It took them 7 against Philadelphia, who I think has gotten better, and certainly Joel Embiid probably will be better. The best chance for him to keep winning long term is the Lakers, obviously with AD and LeBron, and also arguably the best place for him to stay healthy long term is the Lakers because you don't have the burden of carrying the team night in, night out. That was the knock against the Clippers. Where's your second guy?
I understand, but there was no real second guy in Toronto this year.
Right, and he did it, and this was great.
And they still had the second best record in the NBA. So if he went to the Clippers and he took his 20 games off, he'd still have a really good record. You still have.
Well, the West is a little different, as you know.
It is. I guess the question is, like, are you sacrificing enjoying the experience and being the guy and playing the way that he has evolved into playing? Because you and I know, we both played basketball. Like, I don't care what anybody says. It's totally different when you have to play with or without the ball.
No question.
Like guys are used to playing with the ball. They don't know what to do with themselves.
Right.
It's like Ricky Bobby. Right. What do I do with my hands? What do I do with my hands? Like, you have no idea.
And what inevitably happens is they end up just standing around. And they're not nearly as effective.
Right.
They don't move without the ball. They don't set screens. But you know this. Kawhi in San Antonio knew how to play without the ball.
Sure.
It's only recently, before he went to Toronto, but the last couple of years in San Antonio, that he started handling it more, being at least to some degree a point forward at times, handling the ball, making plays. LeBron has told him, he met with LeBron solo, he met with LeBron and AD together. They all mapped this out. LeBron has said, not I'm going to be the point forward like I've always been. I'm going to be the point guard.
Right.
Which I like. I think I heard you talking about who's the best player. At this point, you would say Kawhi is the best player. I would put LeBron ahead of Anthony Davis. But I love LeBron at point. And if he's at point, Kawhi and AD should be the first two scoring options. Because LeBron's one of the rare players that can dominate or control a game without scoring a ton of points or trying to.
If I work it out in my mind, it's LeBron working into a Magic Johnson sort of role, right?
Easier said than done. I know you're going there.
That's the whole thing, right? In theory,
right.
I liked the theory last year of LeBron James is going to, he's play without the ball. I'm going to move the ball around.
Right.
But there was a point mid-season last year when LeBron was like, look, second quarter, fourth quarter, he basically did the who I am, I'm Kevin Durant. He did it in the middle of the season.
Here's the thing, and you're absolutely right. Like, the notion that he was going to play off the ball, I liked it too because I thought that's what he needed to do, but he couldn't. His instincts to have the ball. He's a lot closer, though, instinctively to just playing the point. I mean, he plays the point 60, 70% of the time. Right. So now, one of LeBron's challenges with why he's never wanted to play off the ball is trusting the other players. So I think he'll trust that if I just play point, these two are good enough offensively that he's going to get his 20 points just by being out there. But these two are going to be able to carry the load scoring-wise offensively. So, look, you're right. He's never done it, but I think he can.
So now there's starting to be some post-mortem on the Kevin Durant era in Golden State. One report says that the argument with Draymond Green is the reason that he left. There's other reports that say he didn't love playing for Steve Kerr. There's other reports that say he couldn't break through because, Steph Curry was always Steph Curry, and Steph Curry's married, and he's single, and they just didn't have any sort of off-the-court relationship. Right. What do you make of all the post-mortem stories as to why he left?
Well, look, the Kerr situation, I don't know anything about whether or not he disliked Steve Kerr. What I do know about is that Kerr's offense was heavy in the moving the ball and passing, and Durant could fit that to a degree. But there was also a part of Durant that wanted to go ISO a lot. And we saw that last year in the Houston series. So that, we know there was some friction there. I don't know about any of the other stuff. How you could not like Steve Kerr is hard to imagine, knowing him. People, he's one of the nicest guys in the league. He's a player's coach for sure. As far as the Draymond thing, what I'm told is they got past it to a degree, but they were close before that, hanging out and stuff. They never got back to that level. They were cool. We seen, pictures of them talking and walking.
Cross that imaginary line that you just can't
get back there. And here's the thing, beyond the face value of it, the face value of why that, just taking it as face value, obviously it was bad. He's calling him the B word and all that stuff. But here's the deal. What I do know is that Durant felt that when he went to Golden State, now there was nothing the Warriors said or did, they made little jokes like Bob Myers. That added to this. But there was a feeling Durant got of that the organization felt like we saved you. It wasn't said like that, but that, hey, we saved you. You needed championships. You got them here.
And I'm sure he felt like he saved them,
yes.
which I actually think is accurate.
Well, he certainly felt that way. We don't know whether or not it's accurate. And obviously the Warriors can say it's not accurate. We won without you. They think they would have won that second year if Draymond's not suspended. But yeah, so there's this sense of that, right? Nobody comes out and says it, but there's a sense you're getting as Kevin Durant when you're there that they feel like they saved me, like they showed me, they got me, made me a winner, got me a championship. And then Bob Myers jokes about it, and then Draymond flat out says it. That's why that cut so hard with Durant, in addition to just what it was on face value.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.